Peace everyone. Today I am volunteering at the Hub Farm. So the Hub Farm is a farm that's actually right next door to an elementary school in Durham County. And as a part of my therapeutic horticulture certificate, I have to volunteer at least bare minimum 8 hours and at like a local farm that does therapeutic horticulture techniques. This location specifically, it works with schools in the school district. So right now today they have a high school visiting, and they break them up into 3 different groups. One group's going to do beekeeping, the other group's going to work on the pond. Yes, this farm has a pond. And I forget what the other group's going to do, but they're just teaching them different ways of interacting with the earth, whether that's through apiary, bee management, chickens, or actually being in the earth with the water and the ground and fishing. So it's actually a really neat place. It's given me a lot of ideas about thinking about partnership. This farm was started by parents, community members, teachers who saw this vacant lot, and this lot is really large, next to their elementary school, and said, why don't we have an outdoor learning space? And what they were able to do, it started in 2012 and it's still running in 2024. So I think that speaks volumes to the amount of not only care but intentionality behind making this project become something real and a true learning space for not just the elementary school right next door, but other schools in the district. So I'm going to show you a bit of the things that I was able to do today. I didn't really get involved with the field trip. I'm tired. The election was recently, and I'm still recovering. So I decided to just do some task around the farm. So I did some weeding, some pruning, deadheading, since it's fall season technically, even though it's still 80 degrees outside here in Durham in November. But I digress. I'm gonna show you a little bit of what the farm looks like, some of the things that I've done, and then show you also some really cool techniques that they use to incorporate therapeutic horticulture. So come on. First things first, something that I really appreciate about this farm is that they have intentionality. Even though this is a public school farm, they have acknowledged that this land was stewarded and populated by indigenous peoples. So I really appreciate the fact that they included this history, and they're including language that is explicit and honest and truthful, and there's no hiding what happened. Even thinking about this title, because it's what happened. This is the history and honest education of what this land has endured and the hands that this land has passed through. And it's interesting because they talk about the white land ownership, but also they include enslaved labor, and they talk about how this land was owned by the Carrington family, and then it was passed down to the Durham County. It was donated, and in true Western culture, of course, the school is named after the white colonizers that previously owned this land, because they want to acknowledge that they donated the land, etc., etc. Anyway, this is how the farm started, and I'm going to show you how it looks now. It's pretty impressive what they were able to do and transform it into being. And then this is their outdoor space, which is really nice. They have lighting and everything, all these painted picnic tables that are super cute. That is a farm. I'll show you that a little bit closely, but they just have acres of land that just aren't even touched, which I appreciate, because the trees also need to be stewarded, and they need a chance to grow. So one day these trees will become beautiful grown-ups, and it's gorgeous what they have out here. That's the greenhouse right there, and the chickens are in the back there, and they have it just keeps going. I'll show you. So 'tis the season of pruning and cutting back deadheading plants. This is fun. This is looks like a toothache plant. If you chew on the top, it kind of numbs your tooth. That's why they call it a toothache plant. But so deadheading this garden right here, and then I'm gonna go into there and show y'all what they have going on inside. So here we are entering into part of the hub farm. I'm gonna try to keep this camera as steady as I can, but I am pulling a wheelbarrow, so bear with me. As you can see, they are still in the process of making this land usable, right? You know, the thing about gardening is that there's always a project to do, but they have been able to transform this space, which was nothing, to this all within a year, which is pretty impressive when you think about they have to lay the irrigation, which are these. They're using drip irrigation. They have to mound the soil, which is this, right? It doesn't just come like this. And they have to create the pathways for people to walk on. They have to plant the seeds, right? So then they have to paint the signs, write the signs, make it look cute and fun. You know, it takes a lot of work. And then, not to mention this mulch, and I don't even know where the mulch pile is. So they have to put this mulch down, which takes so much time. They have 4 wheelbarrows, so imagine mulching, filling up this wheelbarrow, dumping the mulch, and then going to get some more. So this took a lot of time and effort. So this takes a lot of time and effort and love. Honestly, it takes a lot. And I want to show you one of the things that incorporates the therapeutic horticulture piece that makes this garden more accessible. And so this is a what they call the Durham Public Schools Assistive Technology team put this together, and it's to help people who are on the spectrum, the autism spectrum, that might not be verbal. So they can use different sign language, or people who are not just autism, but people who just may have a language barrier, or people who are deaf can use this sign in order to communicate what they need. Nodding your head means yes. You don't always have to communicate with words. So that's a part of this therapeutic design. They said that they also want to incorporate raised beds that make it ADA accessible. And so they're trying to think about how do they make the space that they are crafting and curating and designing accessible to all types of people. And you see there's still room to grow, which was what I love about gardens. There's always more to do. And I think it's really unique what they're trying to do here at a garden next to an elementary school. Now, when I told you that they have a lot of acreage, this is still the farm. Like, all of this is still the farm. And then there's more back that way. So, shout out to the parents and teachers and community that came together to make this real.